Today I want to discuss the differences between a home and a professional recording studio. There's so much good equipment available that many musicians, and sometimes even professional ones, think there no longer is a need for a professional recording studio and everything can be done at home. And we will discuss some of these differences today so you can make an informed decision of where you want to record your next project. A home studio is located in your home. It can be a spare bedroom, it can be your own bedroom, the garage, the basement, anywhere where you can set up and record music. In a home studio, we typically have a fairly minimalistic setup. If you play electric guitar, for an example, you can run it directly into a USB interface, or you can play it through an amplifier and then you have a microphone in front of that amplifier that you use to record your music. In a professional studio, we typically have much more space and equipment available. So we would place 2 or 3 microphones in front of a guitar amplifier, 2 microphones for a piano, so we have the full pan effect. And that gives us a lot of flexibility later when we mix and compare different sounds. While recording, musicians are often located in different areas. The drummer could be in the main recording area, while an acoustic guitar and a vocalist are in a sound booth. And we have many signals that must be recorded simultaneously in these different areas. And all these many signals from all these different rooms must be then brought back to your recording equipment and your console for processing. We must also have enough inputs and faders available so that we can simultaneously record all these signals and then make them available to the mixing engineer and the producer so they can generate the mix and create the song the way they envision it. In a professional studio, you typically have 32 to well over 100 fader channels available. Plus you have additional input lines that you can record in your digital workstation. In our studio, we have 64 fader channels and we can record well over 100 channels simultaneously. Another difference between a professional recording studio and a home studio is the sound treatment. In a home studio, you often cover your floors with carpets, throw curtains over the windows, and you may purchase an acoustic panel for the wall so that you don't have any major echoes in your room. In a professional studio, you measure the sound transmission levels at different places within the recording areas, and then you apply sound treatment so that you have a flat frequency response throughout your studio. That doesn't mean your recording areas are dead. No, they will have some characteristics, but it is not overpowering. And the sound booth, they often have foam panels or other sound treatment so that you have very little characteristics in those areas. One less talked about difference between a home and a professional studio is the wiring. In a home, the electrical infrastructure exists typically before you decide to put a studio in. So you run your wires on the floor and you have electrical lines in the walls that are not shielded. In a professional studio, all the electrical wiring is run in shielded metal conduit, and then you install separate conduit for all the signal lines. And that gives you a very clean sound without the hum that you often encounter in a venue or in a home studio. Another difference between the home studio and a professional studio is the structure itself. Your home is typically built before you decide to put a studio in. So you may put some special insulation in the walls, added insulation, special drywall that give you better sound, but you're very limited. A professional studio is typically built as a floating room where inside a building you put a structure that sits on isolated rubber mounts, and then that is totally isolated from the other walls, and then you put lots of sound insulation in between. At the end of the day, a cement truck, a tank can drive by and you will never know it when you're sitting in the recording areas. And now the big question, can you actually tell the difference? I will play two examples, one of a home recording and one of a studio recording, and judge for yourself. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and more to come soon.